Hi, welcome to this presentation today by the Maria Group. We're happy to announce that we've added some new services to our company itinerary, agenda, menu of services. And this new division is called Emergency Resources Service Center. Why the addition now in the year 2023? Because we've got a new addition to our company. My granddaughter graduated from college and she's decided to join our group, and it's time to expand. With expansion comes growth, comes energy, especially young energy. We're renewed and we're excited about helping you. Many years ago, I used to operate several of these, but then with the financial consulting that I do and the business program services and everything that I offer, along with the other professional services that my company offers, this kind of got put aside. But now after COVID, it has become more critical than ever to help the public again with this. This service is provided to you because we get daily requests for these types of services. Every day I get someone who calls and they have a letter that they don't understand, and they don't even know how this letter applies to them. Oftentimes it's the third, fourth, or fifth letter, and they've done nothing. So by now, the letter that they ignored turned into a collections letter. And so people are stressed out about the first letters. They get more stressed about the second, third, and fourth letters, collection letters, and lawsuits. Can you avoid all of this? Yes. Communication is key. Then we have contracts. People go and sign them, especially when people come to the house and they don't explain the contracts, which they should. On these conditional sales contracts that are done in the home, they really have a 3-day rescission period, because that means that you can cancel before the end of 3 days. Most of the people that buy these products and services in the home aren't aware of this, so they get stuck with these big old bills. So there's contracts, or there's things put into a contract that people don't understand. We're able to help you read through it, explain it to you, and oftentimes help you get the help that you need in taking care of the dispute that arises out of a contract where you feel you were defrauded, misrepresented. Okay? Then we have taxes. I am a tax advisor. I can help you. Our organization can help you create tax shelters. That we can do. We can tell you how to simplify things so that they're appropriately placed on your taxes, and so you can take them as tax deductions or tax shelters, which helps you, of course, put more money in your pocket. And we refer you to people who do income taxes. Usually they're CPAs or tax preparers that have been in business for many years. And some of the tax preparers that I recommend you to are people that I started off in business. So we do this. We help you with that. Many times you have collections letters from taxing organizations, whether it's the IRS, whether it's the State Board of Equalization, the Franchise Tax Board. The IRS and the Franchise Tax Board are the ones that apply to your income tax when you file those. The State Board of Equalization is for your resale permit, because a lot of you open up businesses, then you decide you're not going to run them anymore, but you never report or close them out. So you get taxed because they decide that they've imposed this penalty on you for not filing, and they assume that you made money. Or you get a business license in whatever city you operate in. You don't do business, you never shut it down again, then they assess you, and this is worse because these go to a collection agency. Okay? You can't escape this. You've got to take care of it. Insurance. Oh boy, a lot of you come in because you have insurance that's imposed, which means it's forced on you because you failed to pay your homeowner's insurance. What's the difference between a homeowner's insurance and a home warranty insurance? A homeowner's fire insurance and flood is in case there's a disaster, a tragedy in your home, or theft, or burglary, or the pipes break. A home warranty is something that you usually get, you buy, or the seller pays for, that you maintain on your home year after year, which is separate from your fire insurance and flood policies. But if something breaks, for example, the refrigerator, the swimming pool, or something of that nature, the home warranty will cover that with a charge for a small deductible. Your flood insurance, if you live in a flood zone or a high fire zone, like in the mountains, that's a different policy. Sometimes you're underinsured, and sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you are overinsured. So it's important that people like us provide an audit for you so you know you're paying the appropriate price for the services and products that you need. Besides the insurance, sometimes people need attorneys, but they don't know what kind of attorneys they need. And they've gone to all these different people and they can't get anything done. And they do need an attorney. They need the legal mind, the legal person to represent them, that mouthpiece to articulate that which they cannot, to raise their defenses. Maybe they were defrauded out of a car, defrauded out of property, defrauded in a contract, that they made a purchase even on the internet. I see so much of that on a daily basis. That's what's prompting this service. That today alone we handled over 3 people, which we hadn't done in years, who were defrauded over the internet. Technology is great, but everything has its pros and cons. And for those of you that aren't highly educated with the contracts, that some products have only a 90-day warranty, not a year, that if you buy them, you have to return them to the manufacturer, not to the person who sold it to you. So there's attorneys to help you. And if it's a simple situation, we can usually help you there. But there is products liability protections for the public. Real estate. We have people in our company who are real estate agents, realtors. Is that important? Yes. Your realtor should be educated, well informed in the area in which they're farming or doing business. And of course, you can sell real estate throughout California or the United States, and you can co-broker, some of the transactions, as long as there's participating brokers and brokers agents willing to work within the transactions, keeping in compliance with all local, county, state, and federal laws. So real estate agents are important, and if you need to buy a house, sell a house, trade a house, invest in investment properties, we're here to help you with that. Also, mortgages. We can refer you to a good agency where you can get a good single frame residential home loan. And we can also educate you on the different types of loan programs. We provide education, information to hopefully get you motivated so that you become a property owner. Commercial loans, that's for people who want to buy businesses, who want to buy hotels, hospitals, gas stations. I can help you with those transactions. Networking, for those of you that have a business or are starting up a business or that just started a tax shelter and you want to network because you want to tell more than just your family and friends about what you're doing and you're excited, we can help you networking. We can devise a business program or a strategic formula for you so that you can spread your wings, your words, and fly to success. Credit. Credit is critical. I am the author of a book, Credit and the Beast, Credit the Adult Report Card, How to Get Credit, Maintain Credit, and Reestablish Credit. Why do I call credit the Adult Report Card? Because credit is more important than even the report card you had when you were in school. The grade and quality of credit that you have determines every facet of your adult economic life. Why? The higher the score, the more mobility you have in the financial world. Higher credit scores determine the kind of houses you'll buy, the kind of cars you'll buy, if you have a telephone under your name. Just the purchasing power, it's a different world. You can have a person with a 530 FICO score, and you can have a person with an 853 FICO score. This person gets 0% financing on their car. This one gets 29% financing. This one's car payment is $380. This one for the same car is $570. Is there a difference? Yes, there is. The interest rates, it's a different world. We want to bring you into a world where you can operate. Statistically, it has been determined, and the data supports this information that I'm giving you, that Hispanic Americans, Mexican Americans, Latinos, and Blacks have a lower socioeconomic status, lower credit score, less financial stability than the white counterparts or the Asian counterparts. Why is that? Because our communities have been overlooked. They've been stepped on. Oh, and wait, so have the Native Americans, which were here before everyone else. Since they were colonized, sequestered and secluded in their colonies, their tribes, guess what? The people who are actually here are the people who have suffered the most. And then come the Mexican American people, and then come the Blacks or the African Americans, however you make reference to that community of people. Why? Because that's just America. So how do we work with that? We close the gap. Can we do it? Yes, but it has to be done socially, economically, and politically. And can we do it? Yes, with people like me from the Emergency Resources Service Center in the Maria group. Why? Because we care. Is caring enough? No. A person who is not of color cannot stand here, and I will challenge 100 people who are not of color to refute what I say here. It's just like I can no more feel what a person feels if their fingernail just fell off. I can't experience that pain, nor can they. Because the people who are not of color have something that's called the blonde hair, blue eyes, the Anglo advantage. And even if they're not, the color of skin is an entry, a permission that says that you will be treated better. And even on paper, ladies and gentlemen. Asian Americans, and I'm not stereotyping, again, statistical data says they care about education and economics. Education and economics. And they have tunnel vision. Whereas people of color, we have lacked not only the motivational skills, the educational skills, but the social political skills. So we are here to teach you all of that, empower you, and help you enlarge your world. In the prayer of Jabez, he says to God, he says, open my borders, broaden my borders. By the grace and mercy and favor of God, I'm here. I'm a brain aneurysm surgery survivor. And because of that, by the grace and mercy and favor of God, I'm here to bring you these programs. Why? Because I know what it feels like. And how do I know it? Look at the color of my skin. I think that's answer enough. Besides, the credit, spiritual. I just talked to you about the prayer of Jabez. But in the Bible, the Lord says, a strong spirit will survive and sustain any illness. and a weak spirit will not sustain or survive an illness. Well, you know what? Our communities are sick. Our communities are ill. If we don't have the buying power, if our people are living in rented houses, in communities like, oh my gosh, just piled up upon each other, if our communities drive old cars at 29 and 30% interest rates, if our communities are being sought after by predatory lenders, even the business people in our communities are sought out by predatory lenders. That means that, these places where you go pay here, buy here, or you go and get a payday loan and then you end up getting sued or sent to collections because now you have 5 of them. That's predatory lending. Or they seek you out and give you a loan that they know you can't pay back because you couldn't even afford to get the loan. We're here. We're here to help you, and we're here to empower you, and we're here to lift you, and we're here to tell you that by the grace and mercy of the Holy Spirit, all of this can be done. What's impossible with man is possible with God. And if it's been impossible up until now, you know what? You better get down on your knees and you better pray for God to help you and to open up your world. And you know what? Sometimes it just takes one person like me to save your soul. How do I know this? Because I get calls from people that tell me, Miss Ibarra, because in consulting, people call me Miss Ibarra. You saved my soul. You helped me. I didn't even know how to operate in this world until your company helped me. Thank you for spending time. We know what it feels like. We come from the wrong side of the tracks. My parents were business people, but we knew that there was a difference. You saw it in school. You experienced it through the years. As a businesswoman all my life, and coming from business parents, you see it. People make jokes, people make snide remarks, people will talk to you 3 words in Spanish and that's all they know. And you're looking at them and thinking, okay, gringo. So, anyways, what else do? We will advocate for you. Let's just say you were wronged. And, somebody's saying X, Y, or Z about you. Or let's just say your child keeps getting picked on in school. You know what? If you call us, we will advocate for you. Why? Because somebody has to. There's a lot of politicians, but you don't even get their assistance anymore. They'll ask you, what do you need? You never get to talk to the real politician. They run for power, but they forget about us down here. So sometimes you need an advocate. Sometimes you need an advocate with a bill collector. Sometimes you need an advocate with even, let's just say, an attorney who took your money and won't return your call and wants you to talk to the paralegal, settling your lawsuit in a personal injury case. Or maybe you left your taxes with someone and they won't return your originals and they haven't done them. Or maybe you have a letter from a collections company and you owe them $3,000, but if you pay them off a settlement, they'll settle for less. Or maybe something is wrongfully placed on your credit report and you want to dispute it. Or maybe you got this letter that you don't understand. Or maybe you want somebody to write you a nice letter to communicate with a company. All of this. Sometimes you need these right away. Like one of the persons that came into my daughter's office today, and he'd been defrauded by a company on the internet. We resolved it. We assisted in that within an hour and a half's time. And he'd been fighting with them since May 22nd of 2022. So we are here to help you, the Maria Group, with Emergency Resources Service Center. It's a critical component of our business programs. Why? Because people need this service. You know my name. You know what my other companies do. I've given you a summation of what the service center does. And if you call us, we can very likely help you or your friends or your family. We're always open to referrals. And we're here to serve you, to help you, to assist you. And we welcome your calls. Don't be on the fence, worried and stressed and not knowing what to do. because sometimes all it takes is a call, an appointment, and it's over. For example, the gentleman today, since May of 2022, we took care of him in a couple of hours. God bless you. Good luck. Get off the fence. Take care of your problems, because there is a place to go to. The Emergency Resources Service Center. God bless you and thank you.